And we are back for another edition of Inside Michigan Recruiting, and this is the man of the hour. This is who we were looking for today. One, Mr. Jayden Sanders, and he is with us in the building.
Thank you for having me.
Jayden, second time in Michigan. I'm curious, let's just start off with your impressions. Visit 1 to visit 2, what are your big takeaways? What do you think of the Maize and Blue?
Well, just being here, I feel the vibe around. I feel like everybody's here for one goal, to go back to the Natty and everything. And just talking to more of the coaches and getting a feel for them, seeing how they like the city, seeing how they coach and everything.
So give me an idea of the different, like what did you do your first visit and what did you get into this time that kind of maybe took it to another level?
Honestly, I feel like my first visit, they put me around everywhere. So I got to see a lot of stuff. And in this visit, they just broke it down. Like I was at other places just like more time, like, let me say this, like I got to see more things than I got to see on my first visit because I was there longer. So, I got to see everything. I got to see equipment room. I got to see the facilities. I got to see coaching rooms, and I got to see schemes.
I got you. All right, so you also got a chance to really see how much you vibe with Coach Morgan. All right, so, one time you get a little feel. Second time, you get a better feel. So how do you think you click with Coach Morgan?
I feel like me and Coach Morgan are somewhat the same person. I feel like when I first met him, he didn't talk very much. He was very calm, collected, which I am myself. But the more I talk to him, I feel like the more he's opening up to me as well as I'm opening up to him. So I feel like we have somewhat of the same personality.
Okay. So what about the guys in the class? That's another piece of it because it's not like you would just be around the coaches. Do you feel like you would vibe with the guys that you would come with if you were to choose Michigan?
Yes, sir. I got to talk to the safety commit. I think his name
Kanoa.
Kanoa, yes, sir. I felt like he's also calm, collected himself. Like he don't talk very much, but the more we talk, he opened up and he just says he likes the place, and I feel like I can vibe with him.
So, what about the distance from home, man? Have you warmed up to that?
I'm getting there, but yeah, you gonna have to make sacrifices to do what you want to do in life. So it all comes with it.
So you say you warmed up to it, like you still got some warming to do.
Yeah,
that's like not quite. Yeah, it's still a little frosty as far as that's concerned.
Just a little.
I got you. All right. So as you look at the other aspects of the program, what about Coach Moore? What's the vibe like? What's the connection like with Coach Moore?
Coach Moore, I got to talk to him a lot, and I feel like he just wants the best for me in every aspect. I feel like he knows what he wants as well as he knows what he wants from me. I like the way he's going.
Okay. So you talk about they want to go back to the national championship, man. You got to go get some more corners because Will Johnson, this looks like this is going to be the last year. So did they talk to you about how you might fit into that? Or are they saying, hey, we need you to play right away? Is that something that they're mentioning? What did they say about that?
They've mentioned it. They've told me that they're short on corners and they're actually looking for some. So I feel like they've told me the depth chart in itself, and I feel like they don't have very much. So I think they need me. And if I'm playing early, that's what I like to hear. So, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about your game. I like to ask guys this question to give me a scouting report. You tell me about your game. If we're watching you, what are we going to see? Who should we compare you to? Break yourself down.
It's nobody you can compare me to. I'm one of a kind. But also, I'm long, I'm lengthy. You gonna see me everywhere on the field. I just like being on the field, doing everything I can for my team. And I want to win. So whatever the coach want me to do, I'm going to do.
So height, weight, 40, where would we put you at in those categories?
He put me at a low 4'4". Height, I'm 6'1". I'm going to be 6'2", though. And
you're going to will
I'm
yourself
gonna be
to that.
6'2".
Man, I wish it worked like that. I wish it worked like that.
And weight, I'm about 185, 187.
Okay, all right. So, I like to ask this of the Southern guys, too. You ever played in the cold before?
No, sir.
You never played in the cold before?
Well, when it gets cold, but it's not like no cold in Michigan.
Right. So, have you thought about that? Is that something that
Yes, sir.
you warming up to?
I've been thinking about it. It's gonna be cold down here, but I'm pretty sure anywhere I play, I'm gonna be playing somewhere cold eventually. So, if I want to go to the NFL, I'm gonna be playing everywhere. So why not warm up to it now?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, and I was wondering if you were gonna get to that point. All right, so let's big picture it. You're getting ready to make your decision. Have you kind of figured out what schools ultimately is gonna come down? Do you know the schools it's gonna come down to for
Yes,
sure?
sir.
Who's it gonna come down to for sure?
Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Michigan.
All right, so those schools for sure. When you get ready to pick from those schools, what are going to be the biggest factors in that choice?
Development. Life after football, because football isn't always guaranteed. And also just the coaching staff. I want to be somewhere where I know the coaching staff is going to be, where they're not going to leave me, and just somewhere where, like, they all have one goal all together as a team.
So, man, I'm looking at the leagues. I'm looking at the conference. Man, so Big 12 versus Big 10. Have you thought about that piece of it too?
Yes, sir.
Being a
we talked
DB in
about
the
it.
Big 12 versus the Big 10?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Me and my parents have talked about it. I feel like they're both big stage, but one's on the bigger stage. And I feel like that's better for me in the long run.
Okay. All right. And then the other piece of it is, so the distance for you said you're warming up to it. What about your family? You know, mamas don't like their babies to go far away from home. So have you had that conversation? What about that?
Yeah, we have. My parents are behind my back wherever I go. I feel like wherever I go, they go be the same place. So it's all right. Being far away from home isn't much. Them is much more me being comfortable.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So now it's not like you would be the only guy from Michigan recruiting some other dudes from Texas. Maybe getting some other guys from Texas, possibly, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, do you know Andrew Marsh at all?
Yeah, I do. I don't really know him, but I feel we have a friend that we're both close to. Well, I'm not close to him as much, but he's close to now. And yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, you know, it might be safety in numbers.
Yeah.
You know, y'all might be able to get warm together up here. You know, it might work out that way. You know, it might work out that way. So, timeline for making the choice. When do you think you're gonna make that decision?
August 10th.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
What's the significance of that date?
It's my media day, and all my family gonna be down there in Kilgore, and I'm also gonna be with my teammates. So I'm gonna be with everybody.
Okay. And how are you gonna do it? Is it gonna be like a Instagram live? Is it gonna be just you?
I'll go live for y'all.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it on Twitter. Whatever y'all want, I'll do.
Okay. Well, you say whatever we want. What we want is to do it on 24/7 live.
We can do that too. If you want to do it, we got it.
Oh.
We got it.
Don't be making promises.
No, we got you.
I'm just saying, doing stuff live here on the show, we can make that happen. Man, my man picking up the phone over here saying, let's make it happen. So, no, let's look ahead to the season. If we want to come down and check you out on the field, what are some games we should circle as these are big games to come watch Jayden do his thing?
Let me think. Gilmer's definitely going to be one. That's preseason, though. I don't know if y'all coming down. Chapel Hill. And I feel like we don't really got much teams that pass the ball. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So, if they put me in cover 2 or some blitzes, y'all might see me hit. Pleasant Grove, not really. But, yeah, Pleasant Grove, too.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Okay. So that's, what weeks you got, what weeks of the season off the top of your head?
Gilmer is week 2. Pleasant Grove, I think, is week 3. Week 3 or 4. I think Chapel Hill might be week 7, week 8.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, we're coming down to check you out, and we'll see. Hey, listen, now you have made a promise here on the show that we could do some 24/7 live with you. So that's what we're gonna try to do.
All right.
That's what we're gonna try to do. You said it's Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Michigan.
Yes, sir.
No TCU.
No, sir.
I'm pointing to you, Bryce. Bryce says, "Hey, man, we gotta watch out for TCU." Okay. All right, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Michigan. We'll see if the Wolverines can come out on top. Tell me this, one last question. Did Michigan help themselves on this visit?
Yes, sir, they did.
They did. You heard it first, folks. Thanks for watching another edition of Inside Michigan Recruiting.